So, a lot of times we become depressed through being disconnected to others. So, let's dive into what loneliness really means. So, loneliness, it isn't the physical absence of other people. It's the sense that you're not sharing anything that matters with anyone else. Loneliness hangs over our culture today like a thick smog. More people say they feel more lonely than ever before. But why? It's because people were not meant to do life alone. Because what happens when we're alone, we get depressed and sad because we aren't sharing, we're not talking to others and being intentional with others and to build relationships with others. It says in the Bible, therefore, if you have any encouragement from being united with Christ, if any comfort from his love, if any common sharing in the Spirit, if any tenderness and compassion, then make my joy complete by being like-minded, having the same love, being one in the Spirit and one of the mind. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others. Sometimes loneliness can feel like being punched right in the gut. Everything, all the loneliness, it feels like it's all happening at once, like a sudden impact. But how do we connect with others, especially in a season of being alone and with COVID and everything going on in the world? It says in Philippians 2:1-4, the passage that we just read, that we should value others above ourselves, to be selfless, looking at what makes your friend happy and how to be intentional with them. We shouldn't expect ourselves from others because our goal is to love others and care for others. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive them as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Sometimes we all need to put focus on other people rather than ourselves. If we think about it, Jesus spent most of his times with the crowds than his disciples because he wanted to be intentional with everyone. He wanted to be connected to other people. Based on a case study, it was proven that if you deliberately try to become happy, you'll not become happier. If you live in the United States, but if you live in like Russia, Japan, or Taiwan, you will become happier. But why? There's a significant difference between how we see ourselves in Western societies and how people in most of Asia conceive themselves. You see, majority of people in Western societies have been taught to be more self-focused and be more self-involved because of the surrounding culture. We have distractions like social media, all of these different things going on, and we tend to think about ourselves a lot. But in other places that aren't Western societies, they're more people and crowd-focused. You see, you can have a little bit of heaven here on earth if you just interact with other people and be intentional. Go out of your way to make these connections and relationships. Talk about community and meeting others with other people just to see where they're coming from. It says in the Bible, my command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. We are made in Christ's image, and he loves us, and he wants us as brothers and sisters of Christ to be close with them. So I encourage you to have these conversations, be intentional with your friendships so that we're not left feeling alone and just in a season of depression.